Okay, so theoretically, we do not need any shear reinforcement beyond d distance from the face of the column. Okay, but as per the code, we require to restrict the shear stress to only 0.5 of allowable shear stress. So we have to take another section. So let us take another section and let us say at 2d from the face of the column. Let us say at 2d from the face of column. So let us again draw the critical section. So this is your 400, this one is 300. Now we have taken this as 2d. So 2d means 2 into 170, so that is 340 on this side and also on this side 340. So 400 plus 680, it will be 1080. This distance will be 1080 and this will be 9080. 980. Okay, so same steps will do here also. This is your D. Okay, same, this was D by 2, so that was 170 by 2, that is 85. Okay, this is 85. So let us do the same thing we have done for at D distance. So first find VU. So VU will be now 6 into 4.5 minus 1.08 into 0.98 into 15. So how much is this? Then you find tau V1 is equals to this value. Now here your B0 will be 2 into 1080 plus 980, so that will be 2 into 1080 plus 980, so that will be 4120 mm, and D is 170. This value is 6 into 4.5 minus 1.08 into 0.98 into 15, so it will be 389. 389.12, 389.12 kilonewton. So 389.12 into 10 to the power 3 divided by B0, that is 4120 into 170. So how much is this value? Then you find JC. So same formula we will be using for the JC also. So it will be 2 into 2 into 170 into 1080 cube by 12 plus 1080 into this value 980. Oh wait, 980 into 170 into 1080 by 2, so it will be 1080 by 2 whole square, okay, plus 2 into 1080 times 170 cube by 12. Okay, so how much is this value? And then the C will be 1080 by 2, 1080 by 2, it will be 540, and you can find tau v2 is equal to mc by jc, that is moment is 6.38, okay, 6.38, same as the earlier. Unbalanced moment shared by the shear time 10 to the power 6 into c, that is 540, divided by jc. See, this jc value will be 1.41 into 10 to the power 11 mm raised to 4. Just verify this value. Are you getting this value? And this value will be 0 0.556 Newton per mm square. So jc 1.41 into 10 to the power 11. So this value will be tau v2. It will be 0.024 Newton per mm square. So again we can find tau v max. Tau v max is equals to tau v1 plus tau v2 so tau v1 is 0.556 plus 0.024, so 0.556 plus 0.024, it is 0.58 or 0.58 Newton per mm square. Okay, so and here our allowable value 0.5 0.5 tau allowable is 0.5 into 1.118, so that value is 0.5 into 1.118, so that is 0.56. okay, so 0.56 Newton per mm square. So looking at this value, this is almost near to that. Okay, so but again it is exceeding. Okay, so what we have to do, here we have considered at distance as 340, so let us say 350. So let us say 350. We are not going to calculate for 350, but we'll say that at 350 it will be satisfied. You can just verify of your own. Let us say 350 distance, so you can verify at 350 this value will be around 0.5 Newton per mm square, and at that point this value will be less than 0. This point this will be less than 0.5 tau allowable equal to 0.56 Newton per mm square. So what we will do, we will provide the shear reinforcement up to 350 mm on each side of the face column face. Okay, so provide shear reinforcement up to 350 mm instead of 340. If we take the section at 350, this maximum shear stress, if we do the same procedure again, it would be around 0.5, and at that location this condition is satisfied. That means the actual shear stress is less than 50% of the permissible shear stress, that is 0.5 tau allowable. So provide shear reinforcement up to 350 mm from column face. Okay, now what amount of shear reinforcement to be provided? For that we have to calculate the shear reinforcement. So now let us design the shear reinforcement. So design of shear reinforcement. So how much shear reinforcement we require, that now we will calculate. So let us first freeze the spacing. So as per the code, the spacing should not exceed, maximum spacing is equal to 0.75 times d, that is given in the code. You might have studied in the design of shear in elementary structural design. So it will be 0.75 into d, that is 170. So it is 0.75 into 170, so that is 127.5 mm. So this is the maximum spacing. Okay, so let us say uh, say 90 mm. You can choose any 100 mm or 120 mm. Okay, uh, so let us say 90 mm. We provide the spacing of we have provide spacing of shear reinforcement at 90 mm center to center. Okay, so number of stirrups required will be, so number of stirrups required will be equal to, we have to provide this shear reinforcement up to a width of 350. Okay, so 350 divided by the spacing, that is 900 mm 90 mm. So 350 divided by 90 plus 1, that is the first initial stirrup. Okay, so this will be 350 divided by 90 plus 1,
89.
so 4.9 something. So let us say 5 stirrups we require. So we have to provide 5 stirrups from the face of the column at a spacing of 90 mm. But now what is the diameter and how many legs of this these stirrups, that we have to calculate. So for that you have to use the formula ASB is equal to tau v minus tau c. Okay, times b into d, okay, divided by 0.87 fy into sv by d. See, this is now our sv. So this is sv is equals to 90 mm. Okay, we can see that is that is S3 is equals to 90 mm. So tau E is how much? Shear stress at the critical section. So shear stress at the critical section is 1.13. Okay, this is the shear stress at the critical section. Okay, note that this shear stress we have to use, not the one calculated at d distance or 2d distance, because that we have checked for the distance up to which we need shear reinforcement. Okay, so that this section at d distance and 2d distance we have taken just to find the extent of the shear reinforcement, means up to what extent we have to provide the shear reinforcement. But the actual shear stress has to be checked at d by 2 distance from the face of the column. So whatever the shear stress at d by 2 distance, that we have to take. Okay, so here it will be 1.13 minus tau c. Now the allowable shear stress is here 0.5 tau c, not tau c, because only 50% shear stress is to be taken. So it will be 0.5 into tau c. The value of tau c was 1.118. Okay, this value. This value tau c. Okay, or we can say 0.5 tau allowable. Instead of writing tau c, let us write 0.5 tau allowable. Means whatever the extra shear beyond the permissible 50% of the permissible shear stress, for that only we have to provide the shear reinforcement. So this is to be multiplied by your width. So actually this width will be how much was the width? Yes, 2080 in. Okay, so this is the width. The corresponding width to this is 2080. So 2080 into d is 170 volt divided by 0.87 into 415, and this is to be multiplied with the spacing, that is 90 divided by d, that is 170. So actually this 170 gets cancelled, so you will get the value of ASV. Therefore ASV is equal to 1.13 minus 0.5 into 1.118 into 2080 divided by, or
296.05.
okay,
296.05.
296.05, 296.05, let us say 296 mm square. And so let us provide 8 mm dia stirrup at an spacing of 90 mm center to center, or first we have to find the number of legs also. So for 8 mm diameter stirrups, the area of the stirrup is 50 mm square. Okay, so to resist ASV, we have to find the number of the uh, legs. So it will be 296 divide by 50. So 6 legs are required. So let us provide 8-legged stirrups. So 8-legged 8-legged 8 mm diameter stirrups at 90 mm center to center. Okay. So by providing these, your ASV provided will be equal to uh, this. It will be 50 into 8. That is the 8-legged area of the 8-legged stirrups, multiply by 1000, that is for 1 meter, divided by 90. Something is wrong. Oh, not 90. It will be this required area 296. 50 into 8 into 1000, 296. Divided by 9. 90. 50 into 8 into 1000 divided by 90. It's too much. ASV divided by A into 1000. Okay, so this will be your area of shear reinforcement provided, 444 mm square against this, because we have used 8-legged stirrups. Okay, and such 8-legged stirrups, and we will be providing 5 row of such stirrups. So if you see here in the plan, you will be having a stirrup like this, 5 stirrups, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, and each of the stirrups will have 8-legged, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 mastering, means going all throughout, then this such stirrups. So it will be 1, 2, 3, 4. So total 8 stirrups will be there. 8-legged will be there. 1, 2, 3. Let me. This is. So if you see it in the section, so see these 5 stirrups will be there, and these stirrups will be like this. 1 mastering, and then stirrups at certain. Just for showing, I am showing it in downward, but they will be in same line. See, this spacing is also kept constant. So your legs will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8, 8-legged, and this one set will be provided here. Second, third, fourth and fifth, such 5 sets will be provided on each side of the face of the column. Okay, so with this your design of flat slab is complete. Let us see the detailing also. So your next step is detailing. So for detailing, let me just share you one image. Okay, so one is through the middle strip, a section through the middle strip. Okay, let us just enlarge this. So, so this figure to the left is a section through the middle strip, and this is the section through the column strip. This is the top plan and this is the bottom plan. Okay, this is bottom plan and this is top plan. This is section through middle strip along the long span, and this is the section through the column strip along the long span. See, you can also draw a section on along the short span also. This is along the long span. Okay, this is along long span, along long span. You can also draw a section, similar section here also, that is along the short span, like this. Okay, this will be your column here, like this. And same way you can provide the reinforcement along the whatever the reinforcement you have provided for both the section. You can provide the section along the short direction also. Here only the section, see, this section is through the middle strip. So this section is actually uh, this one. This is the middle strip. Okay, this is the middle strip. See, this is the column, and this part is the strip, column strip on 1075 on each side. So this is the width of the column strip. Okay, so this is your column strip along the long direction. Again, this is the column strip. Okay, and this will be your middle strip. So the section is taken, so this section, let us say this section, this is let us say A section. So this section is actually through the middle strip. Okay, and this section through the column strip. So it is here from the column strip. So let us say here. Let us say BP. Okay, you can write here section BB, and this is section AA. Okay, now if you go through our example, we have provided in the column strip the negative reinforcement is 16 dia 190 center to center. Okay, so this will be in the top plan, and this will be in the bottom plan, 10 dia 190 center to center. So both 16 dia and 10 dia you will find in the column. See, in the top plan, wait a minute, 10 dia, see, better to see here, around the columns, around the column strip. See 16 dia, 190 center to center on the top, and 10 dia at 190 center to center at the bottom. Okay, so okay, this is along the column strip. Okay, and along the middle strip, it is 8 dia 160, negative in the middle strip, the negative reinforcement at the top, and this will be at the bottom. So but both are same. So 8 dia 160, 8 dia 160 you would find in the middle strip. Okay, so 8 dia 160 center to center, which is going through top all around, then and at the bottom also 8 dia 160 center to center all around. And these are the distribution bars. 8 dia 200, it is the distribution in both of here. The distribution is 16 dia 240. Distribution means along the short direction. This is not actually distribution, this is the one which is going along the shorter direction. So if you draw the section along the shorter direction, these bars will be these dotted bars will be through, and this the one going through in this section, it will be dotted, and it will dot will appear in the bottom. Okay, same way for the short direction also. Along the short direction we have provided 240 at 240, 16 dia at 240, and same, this is in the column strip. Negative means it is in the top, and this is in the bottom. 10 dia 240. So the reinforcement, the one going in this direction, that you have to check. So in the top, this reinforcement is 16 dia 190 center. This is not that 16 dia, how much it was, 16 dia 240. So this one 16 dia 240. Okay, and same way in the bottom you would be able to see 10 dia 240 center to center, or simply you can see that in the dotted part also. This is the section through the column strip. Okay, so the one which is shown in the dotted, that is in the top, 16 dia 240 center to center, and this is in the bottom, 10 dia 240 center to center, because in the column strip top negative reinforcement at the top, and positive will be at the bottom. So the negative reinforcement is shown by dotted, this one, and this is shown with the this dotted one at the bottom. This is the positive reinforcement in the column strip. So this is positive column strip. Okay, this is also positive column strip. Okay, but this is along the long direction, this is along the short direction. Okay, same way this is the upper one is negative column strip along the long direction, and the lower one is negative column strip along the short direction. Okay, this one. Same way for the middle strip, you can find it here. See, in the middle strip, one going along the short direction is this one, 8 mm dia at 200 center to center, means both are same only. This value and this value both are same, 8 dia 200 center to center. So if we see the table, it is 8 dia 200 center to center, 8 dia 200 center to center. Clear? So With this, your this design of flat slab, the example is over. If you have any doubt, we can discuss it. Do you have any doubt? Okay, so in the next lecture, what we'll do, we'll see other types of means other cases of flat slab also. Say for example, here we have considered interior panel only. Suppose you have exterior panel. Suppose you have been asked to design exterior panel, then what changes will be there? So that we will see very quickly. Will not go in detail, but the calculation and procedure will be the same we have followed here. And we'll also go through one example in which we have a drop and a capital also, means a column head and a drop also. So but we'll not go in detail, just we'll see what changes are there, and how can we design those cases also. So with this, your this design of flat slab will be over. Okay, so just go through these examples which we have covered, as well as the theory part which we have covered. If you have any doubt, then we can discuss, or else we can end the meeting here. Any doubt? Okay, so let's stop here. We'll continue in the next lecture.